What is going on, everyone? It's your guy, Cole Jackson, back here on Road Graders, brought to you today on the Russell Street Report, courtesy of DNL Tinting. Go check out dltinting.com for all the services they can provide you. Multiple locations across the Baltimore area, dltinting.com. And we are going to be diving into one of my favorite topics. Y'all know this by now. It's Roger Rosengarten. I absolutely love breaking down this guy's film, watching him develop. We did a little piece of some of the things we saw going into the bye, and it's great to see him come out against the New York Giants, who the Giants aren't good. Like, let's be real, but pretty good edge duo in terms of having Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau. So not an easy set of matchups for the Ravens offensive tackles. So let's jump into it. Let's start with his pass sets, then take a look at his run sets. The big driver for a lot of this was just really how well he's been grading out in certain things. So you can kind of see right here. Let me pop it up. And I mean, Pro Football Focus is very, what's the word? Polarizing in terms of what people believe in. Take this as information. That's really all I want you guys to get out of it. This is info, but you can see, after that Pitt game, after that Cincinnati game, it's, a lot of greens. And honestly, even after that Denver game, in terms of pass protection, and then the run blocking is coming along, and you can see in the numbers in terms of pressures. So he has just 2 pressures in the last 4 games allowed, but he's also the highest rated run blocker in zone concepts. And that's really going to be the key when we get to his run game, is taking a look at those zone concepts and seeing how that needs to be the path forward for this offensive line. And seeing Roger Rosengarten do well in those is a positive sign moving forward. So let's jump into the film. Let's start with his pass protection in this game. And, one thing just to kind of preface, again, you guys know I like to try and tell you the full honest story. A lot of low gear rushes from the Giants D line. So when I say low gear rushes, they're maintaining contain lanes. So again, just context for you guys, not trying to come out here and show film lie to you guys. It's not my intention. Just giving you guys the context behind some of these matchups. The good thing in this, a lot less chipping. You'll see some running back chips, but a lot less of Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, putting in major reps, which gets more guys downfield. And that's going to be crucial this week against Pittsburgh. So let's roll it here. We get into our first rep, and you can see Hill out there giving a little bit of a chip, but really what he does so well and why I think he's going to be such a successful pro: quickness out of his stance. Absolutely most important thing. You can see right here, he's got a wide alignment. Thibodeau takes a step out to line up against the tight end, or you see right there, and just good fluid movement off the snap. He's out, he's low in his stance, he's moving directly at him, and see how square he stays with him. He doesn't have to sit back in his stance and have to kick. He's going to move 45. He's going to move aggressively towards his guy, and that allows him to get his hands on early in the rep, and that's where he's having his success. Mark Andrews with a hell of a touchdown there. Here we get another one. And again, this is going to be in a play action. So, I mean, it's play action, fair enough, but we're out, we're fluid, we're low. Again, just that athleticism in his slide. So as he's going to mirror the movement as we move upfield, he's just so comfortable in this position, moving on that diagonal plane. So just sticking with his guy. And as he fires his hands and then has to reset, he's able to rejig his hands and then fire them again. So just consistently doing that. Once again, so you see right here, big difference again from that Philly game. Mark Andrews out wide. We saw him chipping on a lot of these. He's going out in the pattern right away. And Rosengarten out there. You're going to see Justice Hill come in and give a little bit of a shot. I don't think they need to do that with the running backs anymore. Let's get 5 guys out in patterns and use him as a check down in case we're getting pressure up the middle. That's what I'd like to see moving forward. But again, quickness out of his stance. And you can see right here, there's no need for this running back chip. Look how easily Rosengarten gets out there and meets Brian Burns. Like, he's so fluid. And I think Burns takes this outside step right here because he's going to try and give some contact to Hill, who might be going out in a pattern. But Rosengarten, nonetheless, easy fluid movement, just, mirroring his guy in pass protection. Once again, out there to meet early, that aggressive pass set, what I think he's becoming known for. Isaiah Likely out there, again, he doesn't chip, right? So we're not getting a chip on this. We're just going to get out, And once again, we're out of our stance quickly. And right there, we're going to aggressively set. And then right here is really how he wins this rep. You can see that hand, that outside hand right underneath in that armpit area, nice and tight, puts the handcuffs in. Again, a little bit of a low gear rush, I'd say, from that edge rusher. He kind of stands up, pops, and then is reading, looking to make sure that we don't have any sort of scramble lanes or rollouts from Lamar Jackson. So again, that's baked in there, but that doesn't change the quickness out of his stance, how quickly he's getting to his set point, and how he's initially firing his hands. All of that super high level stuff. Two tight ends stacked here on the right-hand side, likely motions across. Again, no chip there from Mark Andrews. Just a simple kick step here. And he's getting so comfortable in this motion. You're going to see him snap out of his stance out there and just force him out wide. That's kind of where he's at his best, when he's able to force that pass rusher outside and trying to push him up the arc, because he can turn and run with him and then just push him out the back of the pocket. And that's creating some of those step up lanes. And that's why Ronnie Stanley uses that technique too. And that's why that interior pocket, where the Philadelphia Eagles gave them a ton of trouble, that's where they need that interior pocket to be really solid. Another rep here, just moving out there. Absolutely no issues. Just fluid movements. Quick out of his stance. Once again, tight end align there. No chip. He just, they're trusting him a little bit more. There, he loses inside hand a little bit. Ball comes out. Not a big deal. Would like to see him protect that inside hand a little bit better. Something to keep an eye on. See here, he's going to pass off, pick up 41. This is going to be that Justice Hill touchdown. So just really good processing. It's something that, if you guys watch my videos weekly, I've criticized a few times. He's going to pass him. Falele picks up his man, picks up the linebacker. Just a good read, good heads-up read. So pass pro, super fluid in this game. Really liked what I saw out of him. Felt like I just feel like he's really coming into his own and using his technique the way we want to see it. Those quick sets, all the things that are making him so solid. We're seeing on a week-to-week basis in pass protection, and that's really what we want to see, is stacking performances and keeping it going. So one area that has been a major need, and before we jump too far into this, his run blocking is going to come with increased functional strength. That's not something that's going to get necessarily better during the season. So I'm not expecting him to become, this road grader, for lack of a better word. But we do want to see continued improvement. So we're going to start here. I think I threw in some plays where I'd like to see him. Yeah, I threw in some plays where I'd like to see him do a little bit of a better job. So we're going to focus on these run plays. So there's two plays here. Did I, though? I don't think I put them in sequence, did I? Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I got them at the end, obviously. Is that one going to be on the goal line? What an editing fail, folks. Okay, we'll start with the positive plays. We'll try and mix in the bad plays wherever I can find them. So here we're going to get, this is at the end of the game. Really good drive here on this inside zone concept. And this is really what I want to see more out of Roger. So he's going to work a double team. He's going to work the deuce block here with Daniel Falele on the 3-tech, aligned on the inside of Daniel Falele. And I like here just driving his feet. He's not going to be a guy that's going to do this consistently, but when he gets into these double team opportunities, I'd really like to see him continuously driving his feet and driving low at his guy. He's not going to be, again, a road grader right away, but physicality and aggressiveness is what he needs to do to be able to make some impact blocks. Keep rolling here. And nice little base block here. They're going to run the sweep. So he's got a pin to allow Falele and, they pull the entire interior. So he's got to pin down. So he's got to pin this 3-tech and just be able to blow him off the ball. And really solid right there. Turns him back inwards so that he can't make a chase down tackle. So again, one of those blocks where it's more about strategic positioning and really creating those leverage points within the run concept. And that's what he needs to do consistently. If he's not going to be the kind of guy that's going to be able to drive block, he needs to be able to angle off, wall off, and create those running lanes behind him, because he's probably not going to be driving guys 3-4 yards down the field. But if he can still create those strategic seams in the run concepts, if it's coming behind, if it's an outside zone, rather than me trying to reach and and drive block. Let me reach and turn my guy inward so that Derrick Henry can, cut off my ass and continue up on that run concept. So that's really what we want to see from him. What we saw right there. Again, right here, really good example. So Derrick Henry slips on this, so not a highlight run play. But here's what I mean. So he's got to breach this 3-tech, right? So he's got to come all the way across that 3-tech defensive tackle's face. So he's going to try and get there and get his helmet to the left of that defensive tackle. And it's right there. See that athleticism? He's getting there. He's grinding down. Now he loses a bit there at the end, and that's kind of that needs improvement, right? So right as soon as he reaches his point, this is really solid to me because if Derrick Henry doesn't slip, he's going to be able to drive this off Falele's ass. And if we can get a little bit better run blocking out of our offensive guards, we can push this up behind Tyler Linderbaum and really exploit what he does so well in space. But right there, working his head across to that leverage point, I still think, ideally Derrick Henry's hitting this off Falele and running through 41 rather than slipping. But you can see right there, he kind of loses his anchor a bit. But again, that strategic positioning, getting himself leveraged within the run concept, that's where I want to see Roger Rosengarten being successful. And that's what we're seeing in this game. So much better in these zone concepts. Another one here. So again, he's just going to work a little bit of a deuce block with Daniel Falele and love how he comes off. Again, see how he's just inserting himself in the concept. He's not driving guys, but he's getting into his assignments and creating these rush lanes. So very, very solid stuff for a guy that, seems to be learning his limitations, his physical strength limitations. That's what we want to see out of him. Again, here, driving out. I'd like to see him maintain this block a little bit better. So this is where I think year 2, that's where I want to see the biggest step. But this is going up the B gap. So you can see Patrick Ricard's going to be the lead blocker. So instead of trying to drive block upfield, Roger Rosengarten is going to turn horizontal and kick out. Really, really good stuff here. This is what I want to see. Know your limitations. Find a way to play within it. He's going to follow Ricard up. Henry's going to cut off him. That nothing wrong with that run concept or run play from him. Here, I think we have, I have 2 plays where I'd like to. This is kind of, I meant to put these first. That's why I was all confused at the start, because I really want to show like there's still room for improvement. So you're going to see number 90 here on the Giants D line, literally just knock him back and push him on his ass. And this is what I want to start with is like these functional strength issues aren't going to get better till next year or year 3. Like you're not going to get much stronger during the season in season. It's all about doing what we saw through these last 6-7 plays where good positioning, good leverage creation, that sort of thing is going to make up for this. So here he's got to overtake 90. And again, he's just got to get to that inside shoulder, seal it, but you can see him get knocked back here right into Henry. 90 makes the play on the ball. Not going to get better until he adds more functional strength, completely acknowledging that it's going to get better with time. And then on this play, let me move back. Sorry. It's going to work. Yeah, same kind of idea. So you see what I mean? He gets stacked up. He's going to work a double team. And as he has to overtake it, when the double team comes off, see him right there just losing all leverage, just getting out muscled. So again, 2 plays back to back, really showing those functional strength issues, but I just don't see those getting better until he gets another year in a weight room, an NFL weight room. That's going to be the biggest cure for that. So really solid work here. Love what I'm seeing in the run game, to be honest. I know that I ended on a couple bad plays, but seeing some of those really high level leverage plays, doing what he has to do, I think this is a good example of where some of these limitations would be masked if we had offensive guards that could really drive the ball. And what I mean by drive the ball is, inside zone snap, we're moving upfield, we're moving our guys a good 2 yards instead of having some of these inconsistent reps from McCarry into Falele, because then we allow him on the outside within these concepts to just create those leverage points. But when he's, trying to turn someone inwards and the other guy's getting blown back, it just creates some of that inconsistency that we've seen in these run blocking concepts. So that's what I have for you guys. Really solid work here from Roger Rosengarten. This kid just continues to get better every week. Super excited about what I'm seeing. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of Roger Rosengarten. And thank you to DNL Tinting for sponsoring this video.